Hey guys, it's Justin here, and today we're looking at something very interesting, the ToneX Joe Satriani Amp Vault Collection. Today, I'm not aiming to exhaustively look at every single tone model in the collection. I'm just looking for certain amp models that will do well in a worship setting, and that is going to be a very different objective. Does the Joe Satriani Amp Vault contain tone models that can be used in a church setting? This is what we're going to find out today. I'm going to try to look out for two amp pairings, so 4 tone models that will complement each other, and seeing as to how he has an extensive collection of amps, I'm looking for something maybe Fender Marshall-y as well as Vox Fender or Vox Marshall. To help me out in today's tone exploration, I'm using the most diametrically opposed guitar that I have in my collection. I'm using the Country Classic 2 by Gretsch. It's a picky instrument, it's not made for shredding, and these Filtertron pickups are very hi-fi. Let's run through my setup. I'm using Logic Pro and I'm running 2 instances of ToneX's pan left and right. I know that the editor is out right now and you can load these on your pedal directly, but I felt that it was too long to load up presets, load up tone models. It just takes a lot of time to sync the pedals whenever I load up a new tone model. And to avoid all that loading time and waiting time, I'm just using the plugin version so that I can instantaneously choose between the tone models on the DAW. In front of the ToneXs, I have an instance of Helix Native that I'm loading up without any amp processing. This is just used purely as like a pedal board with drives, modulation, delay, and reverb. And the reason why I arranged the windows this way is so that I can see on the stereo out whether there is any mismatch of volume between the tone models, whether the left side or right side is going to be louder or softer. And then I can adjust these two to make up for any gain differences that might be there. So let's start with the 53 Tweedy, which I suspect is going to be very, very boxy sounding because it's an old tweed style. Yep, it's small sounding. And once I start loading up a Tweed 30, which is the next one. Yep, it's that boxy, loud. Got that chewy quality to it, so I don't exactly like small tweed amps. They're very chewy, but you scroll a bit further up and you start getting these bigger amplifiers. Deluxe Reverb Clean, which I suspect is going to be quite nice. I do like deluxe reverbs. Yeah, nice, big, and beefy. Let's go up and see what else we have. 64 hand-wired Princeton Clean. I think that's a Princeton reverb, right? You can hear there's a lot bassier, there's a lot more richness in the bass on the lower end. I really like that. Let's try this. I'm gonna leave one side on the hand wide and I'll have, let's try the 30th anniversary 6100 clean. Okay. You can immediately hear how the brightness of the Marshall complements the big boominess of the Fender, and that's why we're kind of looking for. You're looking for complementary characteristics, and then how would they react to drive? So we bring up the Minotaur drive here. I like that saturation. It's yep, it's nice, it's big, it's beautiful. What if I were to crank it up some more? lot of fun here. A lot of you have been commenting that my effects are just too heavy and you won't be able to hear the nuances of the amp models and the tone models over here. But that's not the point. The point of this video is to try and find tone models that match my context, which is a bit more delay and reverb saturated, a bit more modulation involved. It's a style thing and a genre thing, and I hope that you will understand that. Let's earmark the 6100 clean and the 64 hand wired. Brian May Vox, this is the tiny amp, right? One on one and the Fender on the other side. Oh, yep, that high watt transient. That is something that is very unique. Does it react to drives? I know I started out this video saying they're supposed to be P&W and worshipy, but it's Satriani. I just cannot help but break out into these like modal riffs. Hold me accountable. I'm gonna restrain myself. I'm doing too much Satriani stuff. Call me out on it in the comment section below. Let's keep the high watt and let's change this out to the Marshall clean. It's even more aggressive. I'm not gaining up that much actually. I only have my Tima is moderate and my Minotaur is moderate. If I keep the Minotaur as it is and try and play like P&W clean, slightly crunched up. There's just so many options, my goodness. I don't think it's fair to just lock these combinations with one another. It's mixing and matching. I can see myself using various pairs for different purposes. The high watt has this beautiful transient that is not captured by any other tone models. It's really quite unique. And the Marshall is big, full, and beefy. Put them two together, you get this big tone, which is going to be helpful for a semi-hollow like this. Let's continue on, otherwise I'm going to stay here for too long. There's just so many crunch style of amps. I'm just going to load out something fun like the 6L6. Sorry for your ears, that was way too much gain. Prince Reverb Clean, alright. Wells amp clean. Oh, okay, this is nice. And I'm volume matching based on what I see on the meters over here in my stereo out. I think in general, you can make the case that any of the clean amps, aside from the obviously gained up ones like the EVH and the Dragon amps, they are going to sound pretty decent for worship applications. So the current list is well samp clean. Any of the silver stuff, the Silver Champion, Silver Pro, that's going to be very decent for you to play. The Princes are great. The Freedom is a little bit bass heavy, and that could be great for something like a Telecaster. All in all, I'd say this is a very nice selection of amps to use for worship ministry. Even if you don't use any of those high gain stuff and use the clean amps for church, it sounds killer. I really am impressed by how far ToneX has come along, and it sounds absolutely killer. You really can't go wrong with any of the clean stuff. You just need to watch out for that bottom end. Some of these amps are really bass heavy, and that's to compensate for the fact that the Ibanez JS models have this mid-range spike. It's a shorter guitar, so it is a more mid-range focused instrument. I hope you enjoyed this tonal exploration with me. How about you? Which were your favorite tone models? Do you think all this doesn't sound great for worship ministry? Let me know in the comments below. If you found value in this video, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in this next video where I show you how I set this up in greater detail using ToneX on my laptop, hopefully showing you that there is an alternative setup to the whole ToneX ecosystem aside from just the pedals and the pedal board. I'll see you there.